Good morning once again. Today I'm here to talk to you about maternal nutrition. Ideally, I should have started with this, but because of great demand, many people had wanted me to talk about breastfeeding. But I'm going to start with maternal nutrition because a baby does not come before a pregnancy. So we'll talk about maternal nutrition and why it's important to put emphasis on maternal nutrition. Now, when we are talking about maternal nutrition, we are talking about nutrition pre-pregnancy and during pregnancy. So why is it important for a mother to be well nourished before pregnancy? Pre-pregnancy nutrition will determine the outcome of the child's health. It will also determine the ability of the mother to conceive, or rather to become pregnant. And during pregnancy, a good maternal nutrition will determine the birth weight of the child, the fetal growth. If a mother does not eat well, the baby will not grow well. This is why we'll have children who are underweight, we'll have preterm babies, we can even have stillbirths. So it's very important that a mother is well nourished before pregnancy and also during pregnancy. So what are the recommendations, the dietary recommendations during pregnancy? Number one, we are saying that a pregnant mother, needs to eat at least 3 main meals. Usually we say the heavy meals. And then she needs to have at least 2 snacks and then an extra small meal to make it 4 main meals and 2 snacks. This will be able to cater for the mother's health and also to cater for the growing baby. If a mother is malnourished during pregnancy or even before pregnancy, if a woman is malnourished, her chances of becoming pregnant are limited. But if she happens to get pregnant while she's malnourished, the placenta will be unhealthy, and we know that it's the placenta that will nourish the growing baby. So if the mother is not well nourished, the placenta will not be healthy, therefore it will not be able to support the growth of the growing fetus. So, as I was saying, the recommendation for pregnancy in terms of nutrition is that she needs to eat 3 main meals, 1 extra small meal, and 2 snacks. Now, when we are talking about snacks, what are these snacks? The snacks have to be something healthy. It may be a cup of porridge, it may be a cup of milk, it may be leftover potatoes, it may be fruits, whichever fruits the mother will feel like eating. Those are the healthy snacks. We are talking about things like groundnuts, things like sim, freshly blended juice. Those ones will act as the nutritious snacks that we are talking about. So, when we are talking about healthy nutrition for the mother, we also need to know what are the recommendations, or rather, what are the things that a pregnant mother needs to observe. Now, when she goes to the hospital, we are going to ensure that this mother gets the services that are necessary for her health and also for the growth of the fetus. Now, the reason why we are so concerned about pre-pregnancy and pregnancy health is because of consideration for the 1,000 days. What are these critical 1,000 days? It's a window of opportunity to ensure that our mother is healthy and she gets a healthy baby. The 1,000 days is actually the period between conception, the period after birth, and up to the time the child reaches 2 years. This is very critical because a child's nutrition, if it's compromised before the child reaches 2 years, it will be very hard to correct it, and especially with stunting. So we need to take care of the 1,000 days, and that means we take care of the mother while she's pregnant, and after delivery, we have to ensure that still the mother is healthy and the baby is also growing healthy. So as I was saying, when the mother becomes pregnant, she will have to go to start her clinic visits, And which are the services that we offer at the clinic? Number one, we are going to assess the mother's weight. We want to ensure that this mother is gaining adequate weight. We want to ensure that this mother's blood pressure is in control, because we know if a mother has high blood pressure or even low blood pressure, it will be detrimental to the life of this mother and even for the growing fetus. So we are going to assess the weight, we are going to assess the blood pressure. We will send the mother to the laboratory to check for urinalysis. Rather, we are going to check if the urine is okay, or maybe if there's hidden infection. We do something that is called VDRL to check for venereal diseases. We will check for her HB level, that's the level of blood in her, the level of iron in her blood. And this will guide us to be able to know what kind of nutritional advice we are going to give. Of course, we are going to give the iron supplements, but the mother needs to supplement with the diet. So, what is the recommended weight gain for a pregnant mother? From the time of conception up to the period that the mother gets the baby, we expect a normal weight mother to gain at least 12 kilograms. So we are saying if before pregnancy her weight was normal, she was not overweight and she was not underweight, we expect her to gain at least 12 kilograms. Now this means that during the first trimester, or rather during the first 3 months of pregnancy, we expect this mother to be gaining 0.5 kilograms per month. That is half a kilo every month, meaning that in the first trimester, she needs to gain 1.5 kilograms. During the second trimester, we expect the mother to gain at least 1 to 1.5 kilograms. That is about 4.5 kilograms in the second trimester. That's from the 4th month up to the 6th month. Then from the 7th month to the 9th month, we expect the mother to gain at least 2 kilograms per month, which will add up to 6 kilograms. Now, 6 kilograms plus the 4.5 plus the 1.5 will give you 12 kilograms in the 9 months. Now, if the mother was overweight before pregnancy, then again, we don't expect her to gain that much weight, because again, this will expose her to things, non-communicable diseases like being overweight, which will lead to high blood pressure, cardiovascular diseases. So again, this mother will expect her to gain less than the 12 kilograms, roughly about 7 to 7.5 kilograms throughout the pregnancy. On the other hand, if the mother was underweight, we'd expect her to gain more than 12 kilograms. So if she was underweight before pregnancy, we expect her to gain at least 15 kilograms to be able to cater for her own health and also to cater for the growing fetus. So, what about the blood pressure? If the blood pressure is high, as I said before, the mother will have complications during the pregnancy and even at birth. And with high blood pressure, she may not be able to get a live baby. We might even lose the mother. So we need to be able to control her blood pressure. The HB, the hemoglobin level, we are saying that we expect the mother to have a hemoglobin level of 11 grams per deciliter. That means any pregnant woman who comes with an HB of below 11 grams per deciliter, we consider that woman to be anemic and interventions need to be put in place. We don't necessarily have to transfuse this mother unless, of course, if her HB goes far beyond less than 5 grams per deciliter. So a mother whose HB is just slightly below 11 grams per deciliter, we can counsel her on nutrition, which are the foods to take that can boost her iron, and at the same time she'll be taking the IFAS. Now, I want us to talk about the IFAS. The IFAS, it's a combination of folic acid and iron tablets. So we combine them to reduce the pill burden, because initially we used to give mothers folic, and then you give them also iron. So they find it difficult taking folic and then taking iron. So it was combined into one pill to make it easier for them. Now, when we are giving this iron, the iron will help to boost the mother's store, the iron stores, so that at the time of delivery, she has enough iron in her stores to cater for delivery. Remember, when a woman is giving birth, she loses a lot of blood. But if she was taking the IFAS and also eating nutritious foods, her iron levels will be okay to deliver. Again, the iron will give the mother strength to be able to push the baby. She needs that strength, because if a mother does not have enough strength and she cannot push out the baby, either we'll have a baby who is very tired, we can even lose the baby due to asphyxia, and also the mother may bleed so much after delivery, and this is how we lose our mothers. So we don't want that to happen. Then the folic acid that is present in the IFAS, it's important for the development of the baby, for the growth of the baby. If the mother does not take IFAS, this is the time that we have babies who are underweight, we have premature deliveries, and we also have stillbirths. So IFAS is very important, and a woman is supposed to take it throughout the pregnancy. Now, this IFAS, it contains about the recommended 60 milligrams of iron per day and about 400 micrograms of the folic acid. So mothers out there, when you go to a private clinic and you are told, stop taking IFAS, go and buy things like Pregnacare, I don't know, there are so many trade names. We are not discouraging, but now that you have the information, if you are encouraged to go and buy something different from IFAS, check the content of that supplement that you've been advised. If it doesn't have the recommended quantities, 400 micrograms folic and 60 milligrams of iron, then don't go for that. And I'm not afraid to say that. There are many reasons why somebody would tell you to stop taking IFAS. Maybe because when you take IFAS, you have nausea, you vomit, all that. But again, when we are giving you the IFAS, we tell you the side effects of IFAS. Some of the side effects that you'd expect from IFAS are like the darkening of the stools. You may also have nausea. Some of you will have heartburn. So what is the recommendation? We are saying when you're taking IFAS, either you can take together with meals or you can take it just before bed. I've heard many women say that when they take it with porridge, it works better. So find a way that works better for you, but we encourage you take it with food, because when you take it without food, it irritates the lining, and that's why some women get heartburn. So IFAS, when you see your stools are dark, that is very normal. It should not be something to worry you. Now, the other services that we offer for a pregnant woman, we ensure that she gets a long-lasting treated net, insecticide treated net. And for the malaria endemic zones where there's a lot of malaria, we give the mothers anti-malarials to protect the baby from malaria. And also, when a pregnant mother has malaria, she can miscarry the baby. So it creates a barrier between the placenta and the baby, so that the baby cannot get the malaria and the mother cannot lose the baby. Now, which are the interventions to prevent anemia in mothers? Because anemia is very critical in pregnancy. So one, we are saying the mother needs to take IFAS. Number 2, she needs to eat a diet that is rich in iron. Number 3, she needs to sleep under mosquito net to prevent malaria, because we know malaria can cause anemia in pregnancy. And then we are saying a mother needs to avoid foods that will hinder the absorption of iron. Which are these foods that hinder absorption of iron? We have some items called phytates, which are found in things like cereals. Majorly, they are found in cereals like sorghum, millet. So our recommendation is, if you have to use the sorghum or you have the millet, it's good to roast them. You roast them before using, so that you destroy the phytates. Again, another culprit that prevents the absorption of iron is tea and coffee. Tea contains something called tannin, and coffee contains caffeine, which prevents the absorption of iron. So we are saying that we also need to eat foods that are rich in vitamin C to help in the absorption of iron. Which are foods rich in vitamin C? We have citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, pineapples, guavas. Those ones are very rich in vitamin C, and they'll help in the absorption of iron. Another thing that we need to put emphasis on is foods rich in calcium and phosphorus for the formation of bones, and also the regulatory processes in the body. Now, we also need vitamin D for the absorption of phosphorus and calcium. There are other areas where you'll be given supplements, calcium supplements, but currently we just encourage mothers to take foods rich in calcium like milk, fish, especially the small fish we call omena, because you're going to eat it together with the bones, which is very rich in calcium. So basically, these are the recommendations for pregnancy. It's important that you eat foods that are nutritious. If you have any questions regarding certain foods, because we know during pregnancy, a mother may develop nausea, she has cravings. So we are saying that when you have those issues, you can see a nutritionist at your nearest health facility who will be able to guide you, because we are saying we have options for certain foods. Like if you eat sukuma wiki and it gives you heartburn, you don't have to eat sukuma wiki. If you're eating these local vegetables, there's one that will give you heartburn, there's one that will be okay with you. So you alternate. Again, there are those mothers, when they're pregnant, they don't want to see meat. You don't have to eat red meat. There are other options for the red meat. So today I'll not go into detail about that, but you can visit your nearest health facility to be able to get nutritional advice on how you can manage pregnancy complications like nausea, loss of appetite. And then the other thing we are saying is that for a pregnant woman or even a breastfeeding mother, which I will talk about in my next session, you need to eat at least, these days we talk about 10 food groups. We don't talk about a balanced diet, which we used to say 3 foods. We used to say carbohydrates, proteins, and vitamins. These days we don't talk about that. We have 10 different food groups, and we're saying for a mother to be healthy, she needs to eat at least 5 out of the 10 food groups in a day. So when you're talking about 5 to 10 food groups, it's something which is very achievable, even for the mother who does not have employment, even for the low-income families. It is very possible because we are basing this diet on the locally available foods. So this brings me to the end of today's session about maternal nutrition. Today, basically, we have talked about the pregnant mother, and in the next session, I'm going to talk about nutrition and breastfeeding, which is going to be a brief session. And I encourage any questions. If you have any questions for me, you can ask. I'll be able to answer them. And as I wind up, please like, comment, and share so that others can also learn. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.